In this video, I'm going to talk more about printing out things in Python. So in the previous video, we printed out the words hello world by writing the statement of code. We wrote print, and then we did an open and close parentheses, and then within quotations, we wrote hello world. So if I wanted to, I could also print out something else by changing what's within these quotations. So for example, let's say I wanted to print out my name, Arushi. I could just replace this text over here with Arushi, and then I could run this program again, and then you'll notice that I get this new output of Arushi. And so essentially you can change what's within these quotation marks to anything you want, and Python will print that out. But one very important thing to note is that when we're dealing with text in Python, we must enclose it within these quotation marks. You can do either double quotation marks or single quotation marks. So for example, I could change this to single quotation marks and the program will work fine. If I were to run it, I would get an output of Arushi. But if I were to remove the quotation marks entirely, you'll notice that I get an error. So with numbers, it's a bit different. When you're dealing with numbers, you do not need to enclose them with quotation marks. So for example, if I wanted to print out the number 3, I could simply write print and then 3. And so if I try running this program, you'll notice that I get an output of 3. Now let's say I wanted to print out multiple numbers. So what I could do is I could add another print statement. So on the next line, I could write print 4. And if I were to run this code, you'll notice that I get the output of 3 on one line and then 4 on the next line. And so using print statements, you can create a lot of different designs and print out a lot of different things. So for example, let's say I wanted to print out a 3x3 square. I could do print, and then I'll do quotation marks for text, and then I can do that. And then if I were to copy and paste this line of code 2 times, you'll notice that when I run this code, I get this 3x3 square that's made up of asterisks. And so in general, you can experiment around with these print statements in Python and make different designs and shapes. But again, remember that we always enclose text with quotation marks, but we do not need to do the same for numbers.